So what are you really interested in learning about? What's your favorite thing to research or?
Probably psychology.
So you got a friend here in that.
So you said you liked philosophy, or you like at least studied it kind of?
Studied it kind of, and I'm interested in it. Not like a passion, but it interests me.
What sort of philosophy did you?
Just philosophy in general.
Like who exactly? Like anyone specifically, or just kind of like that?
We had I forget the name of the book, but it had, it would have like a little blurb about some particular philosophical perspective, and then it posed questions. And that was the main, Jason, we've discovered over 5 years of homeschooling that how much of a social learner he is. So the process of talking about it with another live human being is the way he explores it far more than being a text-based learner. Like, to me, when I envisioned homeschooling, I thought, that'd be the perfect thing. I would have loved that because you just can go read any book you want and study about anything that interests you, and that's like the last thing Jason wants to do. He wants to talk about it.
No books.
Well,
But he loves to read. He loves stories. He loves fantasy literature, all of that. But
not text reading.
That's
I don't know a whole lot of people that really get off on reading the math textbook. I mean, I did, but I don't think there's very many people that really like that, or even That's why I think I've been in education for 20 years, and I've always been about tweaking and getting better. But now I'm really taking a stand because this is a complete change. We have access to whatever we want to learn, whenever we want to learn. So all the things that we had in the past, the textbooks and everything, were great, and we needed those to get better for that time period. But now that anybody can do their own thing and learn whatever they want, it's silly for us to keep, trying to push some of the old things. There's a lot of really good things that we need to keep, and that's why we want to try to do this within the public school system.
Well, I don't know. Obviously, he says he likes to socialize. But for me personally, I just do better just introspective. I just think about it to myself. And for me, it's better to talk to people once I want to start I don't know how to explain it,
sharing it and bouncing ideas off of people.
Fine tuning it. Getting it more and more specific and making it more and more flawless. I was talking to James Bach about one of my theories, and he's asking all these questions. And it's good because he makes me think of stuff that I haven't thought before of how to explain how to do it.
But one thing we have found in the lab is we were in a classroom last year, and then we moved out here. Even though it's a nice space, it's traffic. And one thing that we totally need is more privacy. Jason Fried wrote the book called Rework, and he said work is where we get the least done because there's so many interruptions. And so that's why we're seeking another space. Because if you are working on, you do need individual time as well to gather your thoughts, and then, when you want to have a group, have a space for that so that, people that aren't necessarily interested aren't pulled into it or disrupted. So having individual time and space, we think, is really important. But nobody's telling you have to do this.
Yeah.
It's your choice. And again, the big trust piece. One of the things that we found out is the reason people think it's such a risk and aren't so trusting is when you do give people freedom. It used to be, so we had regular school here and people who did really good in regular school. Think of 4 quadrants. And then here's people who within regular school don't do that good. So we've got a front range community college or on the job training, ROTC, things where it's more hands-on. So that's pretty much been the public school system. Those have been the choices. Well, now if we have something like the Innovation Lab over here, we've also got a whole nother 4th quadrant. This seems great. We've got a whole nother 4th quadrant of, the Innovation Lab is if we let them have the freedom. Well, we're going to have a lot of coasters. Some of them coasting because they're so stressed and, you give them freedom now and they don't know what to do with it. Some of them because they just, that's their personality. But a lot of them they don't want to do that. They just need a little guidance to get up there. But that's why people are so scared, is because there's such a potential for
failure. Or
Yeah, but you know what? There's plenty of coasters in the traditional school system. I mean,
you just don't see them because
you don't
they're
see
getting
them.
4.0s even. I mean, there's coasters that completely don't look like coasters, but they're in a stressful roller coaster because they're doing what they think they're supposed to be doing, but they aren't learning any more than anybody else. And James is so
they're
great
just
about
good at following instructions.
right, and they're more invisible. They're like the invisible homeless because nobody sees them because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.